Good afternoon, everyone.
It's Sheila here in Boho Daydreams, and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited. Today is day 9 of 14 in my isolation vacation, and it is going very, very well. I'm so excited. Tomorrow, I get to give myself another COVID swab, and that's really fun because I get to, they time me, I'm FaceTiming, and they will watch me stick this, I think it's about an inch brush up each nair, and twist it for about 15 seconds on each side. I'll tell you, I feel like I'm tickling my eye or something like that. It makes me sneeze. I mean, it's all very quick and it's very, very simple, and it doesn't hurt at all. It just makes me sneeze. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for your kind words. I finished the last journal. That was so exciting. It's the first one. I didn't think I could do it, and I did it. I'm so happy. The supplies are very limited, but I'm very thankful for what I did decide to bring because it gave a little diversity. And I love the digital kit too. It was beautiful. It was easy to work with. And when I get back, I'm going to do another one of Sherry's kits. It'll be very, very beautiful. I already have one picked out, so that's exciting. Anyway, I want to tell you what I'm doing now because I finished that project. Now I'm going to go on to another project. And this is, this digital kit was sent to me by Terry Fitzpatrick, and she's Lucid Lizard Jewelry on Etsy. And what happened is that she does die cuts, and I thought, wow, they're really beautiful. So she sent me some and asked me to look at them and if I could use them, because I had said I was going to, I wanted to make a journal. So she wanted to send these to me. Look how beautiful they are. I think they're perfect. I think they're just perfect. But then she said that someone else had said it would be nice if they were a little more intense in color. And of course, I don't know because I really, really don't know. I thought they were perfect. So then this came just before I left. And they're vivid flowers. Look at, and hummingbirds. And she fussy cutted them with her, I think it's some sort of cutting device. Look how pretty they are. They're so intense. And I love that other package, but I think she's right. Look how beautiful that is. So I've got a lot to choose from, and they come in this beautiful little folder so that they don't get damaged. They're beautiful. And she's going to have them in her Etsy shop. So she sent those to me, and she said, well, I might as well send you the DigiKit that I created that goes along with these. So you have something to work with when you're on your isolation vacation. And I thought, wow, that's really nice of her because she has no idea that I really don't know if I can even get one journal done, let alone two. But I did. I got one done. I was so excited. So anyway, she sent me her digital kit. And then she said, and I thought it was just one huge kit, but it's two different kits. And I'm really, really glad that I brought two different, I brought several different velvet packages along so that I would have something to do if I had some downtime. And they're gonna match this perfectly. Well, almost perfectly. As perfectly as what I can match things. Anyway, we're gonna make it work. So here's the first DigiKit, and this is butterflies. Look how vivid it is. It is as vivid as what you see it. It is about that vivid. And it's just beautiful. So I print out several different, on different papers. And this here is on ivory paper. Again, it's on ivory 24 or 28 pound paper. I love ivory paper because it really takes the edge off of your eyes when you're looking at it. Plus you can integrate it with coffee dyed paper, and it just kind of looks like shades of light to brown. I love it. I love this. It's so pretty. And I dyed it on a couple of different types of paper. And it actually does blend in a little bit with the other DigiKit that she sent me. But I'm going to keep them separate because I have 2 different velvet packs that I'm going to use. Isn't that pretty? And you know, because they blend so well, I could even have them mixed up still. I love this. I love it, love it. And I love these tags too, like this. I love to use them at the top of my pages. Look how pretty that is. And then she also sent, this is more of the die cuts that she sent me. I just printed these ones out on the vellum. So, because I love using vellum because you don't see any edges then. And it's just kind of transparent. So they look like they're right on the page. And then there's a couple of envelopes that I printed on, this is onion skin paper. So it's very old, vintage, very hard to come by. And if you can find it, it's really expensive. And this is just slightly different. This is more of a parchment onion skin. And then there's some tracing paper. I love this. I thought this would be nice washi tape to accent the pages. And then I did some pages on the vellum. I love how this looks up against a neutral page. And then there's this one also. So that is this kit. So I look at this and I think, wow, I'm really happy that I brought 2 different packages along. So this package, and it's not quite a match, but I think it's going to match enough that it will work. So at least I'm hoping, because that's what I'm gonna do. That's what's happening. So there's that package. Then there's this, and this is hummingbirds. And I hope, oops, I've got it upside down. This is the hummingbirds. And this is going to go along with this package right here. And I think, wow, it just matches so pretty. And there's like shades of all of the, this is the Victorian Rose package. And I'm just gonna show this package to you after we're done, because I've kind of changed things up a little bit in how I make my packages, and it just makes them so much fun. So this is the hummingbirds. So pretty. And I love to look at this because we grew up. My grandma had these flowers. She had those, and she had these, and she had, oh my goodness, she had all these flowers. She had an avid flower garden. That previous DigiKit reminds me exactly of my grandma's garden up in northern British Columbia. She was a gardener. She'd be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and she'd be weeding already by that time, and then she went to bed by 9 o'clock at night, because she was a very early bird. So the hummingbirds just loved her place. They just loved her place. And so you'd sit and watch them at her flowers. And she didn't even need a hummingbird feeder. And she didn't even need to make the sugar water colored. She just put it in a little saucer outside. And they just loved it. They would come and sit on the edge of the saucer. And they would eat and drink her sugar water. It was wonderful. I love it. I miss my grandma. I miss her. She was such a wonderful grandma. And then my mother, later on, as I was growing up, she got hummingbird feeders. She had them all over the place. Everywhere. They were hanging in every window. It was very beautiful because my mom had lots of flowers too at that time. And so, So at that time, I would sit at the windows and just watch the hummingbirds at her feeders. And she has those great big feeders, and she has to fill them up every other day because there's that many hummingbirds. They love her place. They just love her place. Here is a neutral piece, and I love this. I love that. I think I printed that out in a vellum also. And then there's these 2. Oh, I just love these, and I don't know why I didn't print them out on tracing paper. Maybe I did. Maybe I printed them out on the tracing paper somewhere, and I just haven't found them yet because things are a little bit of a mess. Got a little bit of a mess going on. Aren't they pretty? I love that green. Just love it. Then there's a few envelopes, or one envelope. There's one envelope, and I printed it on a lightweight parchment paper. And then the rest are printed on vellum core tracing paper. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I just love that. And here's that piece of kind of a neutral, and I printed that on vellum. And this is printed on a really light tracing paper. Love it. And another one on tracing paper. And I love this because all of this can be used as a oh, what's it called? Washi tape. And here's another one that's printed on the tracing paper. So I just love that. And I think it's just going to go so beautifully with this package. We'll make it work. And this package that I brought has the beautiful trims. Just beautiful. And then part of the package, I dyed this, and everything went into the same dye bath, and all kind of came out a little bit different. Some antique lace. So this might be I think that's antique. Antique lace. This here is just modern lace, but I thought it would be pretty. And this here is a piece of vintage fabric, and I just stuck it in because it's textured. A little bit of a heavier silk, and then I brought some textiles along because I think these ones will be so beautiful together. All the different shades. And then there's a piece of the brocade, heavier. And I love this. Look at how that shines. That's so beautiful. That was just a piece of Indian fabric that I threw in. And there's some gauze, some vintage lace. This here is antique lace, and it dyed kind of a brown. Kind of odd, right? All the same bath, and that's an antique lace also. But the content on it is a little bit different. And then I think, well, I have some coordinating flosses. These are different. These are different than these flosses. This feels almost like it could be a silk floss. And there's the buttons and some of the embossed paper. I love using the embossed paper. There's also going to be some of the antique wallpaper. Isn't that pretty? That'll go into one of the journals. And then this will go into the other journal. And I brought a little bit more of it along. There's only so much I could bring in my little yard, you know. That poor little car has seen a lot of miles. And then some beautiful laces, and I haven't even started organizing them yet, but I will. Anyway, that's going to be my next project. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. I know that we are going into the weekend. I'm going to link Terry's information in the description box. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.